Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Monday, baby. Big episode 51 of Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Hold on, I gotta take this. Sorry. I usually don't do this. I would never probably ever do this to y'all again. Hello. Cowboys did what? Welcome to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, aka Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Yeah. Oh, beautiful weekend in sports all around: football, basketball, golf, a little bit of tennis action going on over in Australia, Mike. Let's start off with the NFL recap. I guess I'd go with the blunder of all blunders. The Dallas Cowboys with an embarrassing ending to an embarrassing game. I didn't think it would be that close. However, Niners still pulled off the cover. That last play, however, I laughed for about 20 minutes, like hard, like whoo, 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 whoo. Like I laughed hard for 20 minutes over that last play in the Dallas Cowboys game, taking on San Francisco 49ers. 49ers advance. They will take on the Philadelphia Eagles, who, I mean, they came to play Saturday night. All that talking, all that yapping, and I was one of the yappers and talkers doing the talking and yapping about the Giants, the New York Football Giants. More like the Little Rascals. No, I still love the Giants. A great season. Can't take anything away from their season with where the franchise has been in the last decade. However, Philadelphia Eagles, they came to play. They look like the team that started the season off undefeated. They look like the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They look like everything they were supposed to look like that I didn't think they would look like. If that makes any sense. They completely dominated that game from start to finish. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out some of my bets. Like, I know what I want to bet. I got 3 bets in, 4 bets in. I should do this in a minute, though. Moving on to the AFC. The preview for the... Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. I started off good, huh? Huh, fellas? I'm getting better every day. Episode 51 here on Captain by Hook. Right now, the Eagles, 2.5-point favorites going into Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. The total sitting at 45 and the hook. I would do a little breakdown on Wednesday of these games. And then Friday, I will have Jaden Chandler Parnell on here again so he can give out all of his bets. And we can break down the games together. He gave out some winners along with I on Friday. I wrote about 6 of his bets, and Ding! Anyway, Eagles Niners NFC Championship game. Eagles 2.5 point favorites. Moving over to the AFC, the Chiefs survived against the Jaguars. I almost called the total perfect. I said 27-17. I had the under 52.5. That cashed for me. Travis Kelce, 2+ touchdowns, plus 390 cashed as well. I didn't go with my bets for Giants Eagles, 0-5 on that game. However, for the Cowgirls and Niners, I think I went 1-3. I had the Niners -4, and that's about it. Not much offense in that game. I was on some offensive props. However, the Chiefs. Chiefs, Jags, Bengals, Bills. I murdered it. Chiefs, Jags, I went 4-1, I believe. Chiefs, impressive win. The big concern, of course, everybody knows, I shouldn't even have to say it. You got Pete Mahomes hobbling around on one leg. It's kind of heartbreaking, man. Last year he had something wrong with his toe. You'd like to see him and the Bengals go at it with him 100% healthy. I feel like, he's already got a ring. His legacy is solidified as one of the most electric, I'll say that, one of the most electric players to ever play the position. He gets a couple more rings. We can start talking about the GOAT like everybody is already talking. I don't get the early GOAT talk. Look how that worked with Josh overrated Allen. I've never seen a more overrated player than Josh Allen since, I don't know. I don't want to be rude to anybody else by comparing them to Josh Allen, if you know what I mean. Huh? I didn't mean to hit the desk that hard. Bengals dominate the Bills. The score might be closer than what y'all think, but it was never close. The game was never in question. I actually started rooting for the Bills because I had the over, and I'm like, bro, this is supposed to be Josh Allen, right? That was a joke. I've been saying he's overrated since he got drafted out of Wyoming, which means I'm not going to get too deep into the rabbit hole. I know studs come from all over, small colleges, big colleges. But sometimes when you come from a small college, because none of the big colleges believed in you, buddy. Bengals, Chiefs, I don't know why I just exited out of that page. Bengals, Chiefs. Chiefs start the game as a 1-point favorite. You gotta think the injury to P. Mahomes has something to do with that. I expected this game to be 2 or 3, maybe even 4 with the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Total sitting at 47. And the hook. Just off the top of my head, I like Niners Bengals going to the Super Bowl. I would give all my bets. I would give all my bets on Friday. I would give a few of my bets on Wednesday when I touch on the NFL. Moving over to my favorite sport, the collegiate level of hardwood. College hoops. Huge weekend in college hoops. We are now 49 days. Yes, 49 days. Little over a month, Mike. Little over a month away from Selection Sunday. The madness is real, people. Right here on Captain By a Hook with the Red Beard. Starting tomorrow, every Tuesday and Thursday, I will break down conferences and what teams I not only expect to make the conference, but I will break down how deep I expect them to go in the tournament. Make the tournament. I will break down how deep I expect them to go in, and I will talk in depth about each team's strengths and weaknesses. What kind of team can give them trouble? What kind of team can they dominate? I'm gonna do all that starting tomorrow. I will pick about one, maybe two conferences every Tuesday and Thursday, and then once Super Bowl Sunday is over with, Friday shows will also be dedicated to the madness. Um, I will start that tomorrow. I am super excited to start it. Almost started it today, but I said no. Started on Super Tuesday. Monday, I got a jam-packed show to break down the weekend, recap some things, rehash some things, talk about what the bleep happened. A lot of things happened in college hoops this weekend worth talking about. Houston, Kansas, both go down. Number one and number two. Surprising. The American Conference now has a full circle, as some call it. Everybody's beating everybody. Not everybody's beating everybody, but everybody's been beaten by at least somebody. Houston, man, did not show up against Temple yesterday on the south side, third ward of Houston, Texas, at home. Temple was just knocking down shots. Houston wasn't. That's pretty much the gist of the game. I was watching it. I was more into that game than I was the Bengals Bills at the time because it was apparent that this over wasn't going to hit, and all my props already hit, and the Bengals +6 was looking beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. Now let's get some copyright for that, huh? Just copyrighted this show the bleep up. Gonzaga. Ugh, got a loogie in my throat just saying Gonzaga just now. I'm not sure if they pulled off the win. However, I think they were down 10 at some point on Saturday evening. While I pull that up, I will tell you how disappointed I am in Gonzaga this season. Drew Timmy's final year, I thought they were going to go out with a bang. Now it looks like they're just going to go out in the first round. So many games Saturday to get through. I thought by the end of that joke, I'd have the score. I'd have the score. Boom, 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 boom. I'd have the score. Boom, 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 boom. Utah State, man, continues to impress me. I just saw that. I didn't plan on talking about them, but I just saw their score right there. The Green Wave losing to 4-13 Tulsa. Gonzaga ended up winning 99-90 over Pacific. However, it's like bargain jargon, you know? They keep beating up these horrible teams barely. Can't wait to see them go against a good team and just get mollywopped in the tournament and just watch Drew Timme just break down in tears. It's sad. It really is sad. However, it is what it is. You dig? You got to play better, man. I don't know what's up with their guard play. They're not playing too good. I haven't really watched them play. I just keep seeing them lose and not cover. Or win and not cover, I should say. Anyway, UCLA win streak snapped by Arizona in Tucson on Saturday. I believe they won 14 or 15 straight coming into this conference play season. Impressive. UCLA looks impressive. They definitely look like a Final Four team in my eyes. I see them taking the Big Ten easily. The Pac-12 easily. They will be in the Big Ten next year, right? That's gonna be oogly boogly woogly. Mick Cronin has those guys playing some basketball. Tiger Campbell running the show beautifully, getting everybody in their spots. Alabama looks strong, man. They still look great. Still are my number one team in the country. They're probably number one overall now that Houston won. They struggled against Temple. No, Houston lost. Houston and Kansas lost. So Bama should be number one today coming out. They are definitely number one on my list. Of course, I will get to that tomorrow. A few teams I want to talk about that don't get enough talk about. Texas Christian University this season are playing lights out. along with Kansas State. TCU is the team that just beat Kansas at Kansas by 23 points. Kansas State also having an amazing start to the year. I don't know what's up with those uniforms, however. They had like the lavender jerseys with the dark purple shorts. They look like a AAU team out there. Don't know what's going on with that. However, behind your boy Keontae, I want to say Murray. I just know that that's wrong. Johnson. I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. It is Johnson. Keontae Johnson. Second guest always is the best. This is the young man who a few years ago had the health concerns after literally just passing out in the middle of a Florida game. And in 2020, December 14th, he's back this season and he is balling. He went off against Kansas to get that victory in overtime about a week ago. And yeah, I mean, he's leading this team. He's going to lead this Kansas State team to the Sweet 16. You can mark my words on that. Indiana, hate to say it, they have been my favorite team to fade in the Big Ten the last 3 or 4 seasons. Tracy Ellis Ross, that's not his real name. That's what I call him for 4 years. Tracy Jackson Davis. There you go, people. Tracy Jackson Davis has looked like the best player in the world this season. And this is how he's been talked about for 4 seasons. However, I've been fading them because he's been trash can juice in a bucket for 4 seasons. But I can't say that no longer. That's why I wanted to talk about them and him. Tracy, my man, hats off to you. I know my respect don't mean nothing, but I thought you was trash, big dog. You came out and you playing like you're supposed to play, man. You finishing with authority around the rim instead of that little baby boo-boo, baby hook shot you've been trying for 3 years. You're finally starting to dunk on some people. And look at you, putting up 30 and 15 now. It feels good, huh? Should have been doing this, man. You'd already be in the league making millions. But, hey, you dogged my Michigan State squad. And Indiana looking like a powerhouse coming out of the Big Ten. I will touch on that more when I get to the Big Ten Conference. But Indiana definitely needed to get some flowers today after their last 4 or 5 performances being strong. And I mean strong with a C, baby. Memphis, man, underrated, not talked about enough. Kendrick Dunn, transfer point guard from SMU, has came to Memphis and made Penny Hardaway finally look like the college coach I knew he could be. He's been dealing with freshman point guards since he started there. Finally has a senior point guard that knows how to maneuver at this level of ball. Memphis, definitely going to be a scary team come March. I believe they're 15-5. Underrated. Nobody's talking about Memphis. Memphis is a good team. They have a good squad. They rebound well. They push the pace well. I like Memphis, man. I can't wait to see more of their resume build as this season goes. I definitely think they'll be in a top 7 seed in one of those brackets. 6, 7, around there. I might actually like them to be 8 because then they'll get a little, I don't know. I like Memphis. UConn getting back on track. I believe they lost 5 of 6. However, they beat Butler and they beat them bad. Covered the 15-point spread with ease, winning that game by about 30 points. UConn back on track. Jordan Hawkins, Adama Sanogo. I'm rooting for y'all, man. Y'all can't have another 5-game losing stretch. And then the other team in the Big East, I would love to talk about. I mean, you got Providence, you got Xavier. Both of those teams could get some flowers today. However, Marquette is the team I want to talk about for a minute. Marquette does nothing but win, 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 no matter what. I love what Marquette is doing this season. Your boy, what's your boy? I can see his face, can't think of his name. Thinking of UConn's coach, actually. Let me look this up real quick. I'm sorry. I love what they're doing. I gotta throw some flowers his way. I just typed in Marquette and got nothing that I wanted. Shaka Smart, that's who it is. Went from Wichita State to Texas, and now he's at Marquette doing the darn thing. I love what Shaka Smart's doing with Marquette. They are playing very well, playing very good basketball. Shout out to him and his program and what those guys are doing over there in the yellow. Yawn. The yellow and blue. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Smells like spring training is around the corner. Baseball gearing up to get in action. All I smell the last few days is cut grass. I hear the symphony of the 7th inning stretch. Beer men, hot dog vendors, yelling profusely to move some product. The first crack didn't work. Cracks of the bat. Oh, it's going. Baseball season, people, is right around the corner. This is always the weirdest time of year for me because I love college hoops. It goes by so fast, you know? Starts in November, nobody pays attention to it. Goes through December, nobody pays attention to it. Right around now, people start to pay attention to it. And I tell those people, you're late to the party. However, again, 50 days until Selection Sunday, 49 to be exact. Right after that, baseball season starts. I always get the butterflies, the giggles, get a little eager to see what these teams have done. Baseball is such a beautiful sport. I love to see what moves people made and what players are going to step up and what players are not going to step up and all that jiggity jazz, if you know what I mean. Super geeked about college hoops. Baseball. I'm talking about baseball, people. See when I'm lost and confused. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Moving on to my picks for tonight in the hardwood. I have one association bet. I know it's been a while. Baby girl, it's been a while. 3 picks in collegiate basketball. My man Franklin Earl will be here momentarily. Trying to decide how I want to do this because I got a little crazy, people. I can't tell you how I got a little crazy. You just gotta trust me that I got a wee bit crazy, Mike. Wee bit crazy. In the NBA, however, give me Boston Celtics -7 in a hook on the road, taking on the Orlando Magic. I think Boston's won 7 straight. I might be late to the party, but I will jump on it and ride. Give me the Boston Celtics in the association to cover and win by 8 or more, taking on the Boston Celtics, taking on the Orlando Magic. It's Monday morning, 51 episodes. I'm a little loopy, if you will. I need to get off of this site. I've already gambled too much money for a Monday, especially when there's Super Tuesday right around the corner. Boston Celtics. That's my pick in the NBA. Over in the collegiate level, I have two totals for you guys, and then I'll let my man Franklin Earl come give his best bets of the day. I'm going to go with the late game first. Kansas taking on Baylor in Waco, Texas. Kansas on the road taking on Baylor, coming off of a embarrassing, to say the least, performance against Texas Christian. I do think Kansas is going to come out a little more on the spot. I think Kansas wins this game. Barely. However, I am scared to take Kansas on the side. I'm also scared to take Baylor on the side. Gonna stay away from both of these teams and just bet on the obvious. This total is way too large for two teams that usually score in the high 60s. Give me under 149 unless this game goes to overtime. I see this game being low 140s, 142 at the highest, 143 maybe. But give me the under 149 on Kansas, Baylor. Both of these teams, Kansas has been a lot slower with their offense this season. Baylor likes to run a little bit. They both like to run, but I don't see this game getting into a shootout. I see both of these teams being careful, trying to get their guys good shots. Give me the under 149. I do see this game being 65-71, something like that. Again, I see it being upper 130s, lower 140s. Take Kansas, Baylor under 149. And then over to the Blue Devils of Duke, taking on the Tech of Virginia. I'm kidding. The Cavaliers of Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech at home taking on Duke. In this game, I like the over 138. I think this game also gets into the 140s, so I will take the 138. Duke taking on Virginia Tech. Duke on the road. They kind of have a what's it called? Nobody's really talking about Duke. You know what I mean? They've been under the radar. However, Virginia Tech, as good as they came out, they haven't been good. They haven't been good at all in conference play. Duke is 14-5, which is pretty bad for Duke levels, not ranked in the top 25. I think they might get ranked today, 24, 23 range. However, Virginia Tech 11-8 after the hot, and I mean hot, blazing start. They were number 10 on my list. People probably laugh at that now. Hey, I just go by what's happening, man. At the time, Virginia Tech was winning and covering the spread and winning by 20 or 30 every game to start the season in non-conference play. However, tonight they are running into a monster in the Blue Devils of Duke, the ACC Godfathers, if you will. Give me the over 138 in that game. Now I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. I gotta sneeze. Woo! Franklin Earl Beard Winnington with the best bet of the day. Franklin Earl, the Beard Winnington with the best bet of the day. Sticking with Duke and Virginia Tech. I just broke this game down a little for the total. Now let me break it down for the side. Give me Duke on the money line, plus 123 right now. Should have took it last night at plus 130, and I could have got plus 3. Now that it's moved to plus 2.5, I just jumped to the money line. Not even gonna play with it. I'd be heartbroken if Duke loses this game by a bucket, but I honestly see Duke winning this game by 10 or 12. Give me Duke on the money line. That's Franklin Earl, Beard Winnington's best bet of the day. I'm going to be honest. I went a little crazy on this one. I haven't put this much money on a game since before Treasure Island moved their sports book and put a hot ham Popeyes, and they pissed me off with that bull. Thank y'all for listening, man. Franklin Earl, best bet of the day, Duke Moneyline. My bets of the day, Duke, Virginia Tech over 138, Kansas Baylor under 149, Celtics -7 in a hook. Have a beautiful, and I mean beautiful Monday, people. Close out January strong. I can't believe it's still January. Feels like 3 months since Christmas. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Thank y'all again. I will see y'all tomorrow for a super Tuesday, beautiful breakdown of some basketball teams for March, as well as all my bets for tomorrow and the top 10 in college basketball according to me. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing y'all. My man Pistol Pete over here, I never introduced him to the show. He's loving it. He's rocking and rolling. See y'all tomorrow.